Show Me Your News.
And now, coming through your speakers and into your ears, it's the gaming podcast that you all know and love. It's Show Me Your News.
Your favorite Super Smash Bros. Brawl podcast from 2007 continues to cover the latest in the video game industry at ShowMeYourNews.com. Now, let's join the show. Welcome to Show Me Your News,
the pinnacle for delivering and debating the gaming news that matters the most to you.
Rumor-filled gossip, hardware blunders, or upcoming releases.
If it relates to video games, we want to talk about it.
I am Peter, but you may know me as Yoko, and I got married a week ago.
Hello. Let me saying hello. Hi, I am Evie. You may know me as Rachel, and I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
I am Joe. You may know me as the Debugger, and Clash Joe is hard.
I'm Ben. You may know me as Gym Leader Ben, and I don't like to leave my apartment.
I think that goes for all of us, really. We are part of the SMYN network at ShowMeYourNews.com. Today is Sunday, August 2nd, 2015. This is episode 184 of the podcast. Let's introduce our guest this week. He joined us for all the 8 years of SMYN celebration. He joined us for our wedding weekend, which was last weekend. Please welcome the Darker Eye.
Hello.
Welcome. We miss you because you were just here last week, but it's good to have you on the podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm back in Jersey now. Back where we're in a 100-degree heat wave.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, we're getting storms tonight, and that temperature's breaking real nice.
Would you like to borrow my shorts? They got flowers on them.
When I got home, Dark texted me saying, "So how are things back in Kansas City?" And I responded with, "Oh my god, it's so hot. Why did I come back?" And he responded with, "Yeah, same."
I mean, that about sums it up. What was it last week? Like 70 in Michigan?
It was like 80 every
It was
day.
like 80 to 90.
Yeah,
And all the Michiganders were like, "Oh, it's so hot." And Dark and I were like, "Shut up. It's so fucking nice out here."
That was awesome. That was like the best weather I've had all summer.
Yeah, Weather Talk will have people shutting off this podcast real fast.
Fuck it.
So let's talk about the gaming news. Gamescom is coming up, and it's like the European E3, though it's different because they get to go there publicly because it's a public show. It's not just a trade show. They get a lot of attendance there from people who want to make the trip out to Köln, Germany, or Cologne, however you want to pronounce it, whether it's the German...
I don't want to wear it as a scent.
No. Just get all that nerd stank on you.
Oh, yeah, it's so hot.
Yeah, I don't think a gaming convention is going to
Gaming
really catch
convention
on
stank.
in the clone business.
It's probably
Well,
not
God
for
knows
me.
they need it.
Oh, jeez.
Oh!
Oh!
So, at Gamescom, it's not as big of a news epicenter, I think, like E3 is. Though it's starting to become bigger and bigger, and you're getting more companies trying to make more of a presence. Microsoft, certainly, as we've discussed on past episodes of this podcast, they need a bigger European presence. And they really need to make a big splash there at Gamescom this year because Sony is kind of just pushing things off to this Paris game show. Because, E3 is really close to Gamescom this year, and then Sony has their PSX event at the end of the year in December. So they're like, oh, we'll be there at Gamescom, but we won't be doing like a press event, news, all that good stuff. And so this is Microsoft's time to shine. Now we know from E3 and the talk beforehand that certain games are going to be pushed off to Gamescom. That'd be Crackdown, the one they showed at the end of not this E3 but the year before. We got Quantum Break, which keeps getting pushed back with its time traveling, TV show integration. This is from Remedy, the makers of Max Payne and Alan Wake. And then there's also Scalebound, which is from Hideki Kamiya. This is like the dragon action game that we really don't know too much about because we saw in a cinematic trailer and all that. So I kind of want to get a sense of where your head's at with this conference. It's on August 4th, which I believe is Tuesday. I think it's at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Just kind of our thoughts, like especially with these three games or any other newsworthy things that are going to be happening at Gamescom, maybe that we know about, that you want to see. I mean, kind of get a sense of... Well, yeah, we can talk about World of Warcraft as well.
Yeah. I like World of Warcraft, and I don't know why they're making a new expansion yet. It's too soon.
So they're going to be announcing that on the 6th.
Yes. It's going to be 6 p.m. or so?
6 p.m.
6 p.m. Eastern. And,
Hope there are badgers in it.
oh, badges would be amazing. If they make badges in it, then I'm going to name myself Doma.
Oh, or Dota has to play and,
Actually, no, you know what? I have a badger pet. I'm now going to call him Doba.
Doba the Badger.
Yay!
Oh, God.
Fantastic.
Oh, God.
I'll take a
Why
picture
did
and
I
show
bring it
you.
up?
So there's going to be a new World of Warcraft expansion announced. Mm-hmm. Any guesses on what it might be?
I don't actually, because I mean the one most recently been brought out, the Worlds of Draenor, is actually they went back in time and changed time because they wanted to stop somebody from doing the bad things. And
So
I don't want to.
they went back in time.
Yeah, they went back.
They went back in time. Illidan can come back, right?
Maybe, I don't know. Actually, I've not
That's-
covered that.
All I know about Warcraft lore is what little my friends explained to me about the story of Illidan.
Oh right, how he got trapped in the Dark Portal, and then they were like, "Hey, we're gonna go kill you now because reasons."
Illidan did
know.
nothing wrong, and I would like to see the next expansion come back and prove that.
I'd like that. You know what? I love Illidan. He's like my favorite. I don't care if he's an antagonist. I don't care if I kill him on a weekly basis. I love Illidan.
You know,
It's actually just going to be StarCraft.
you know where you can play as Illidan
Oh, is this plug-in?
in Heroes of the Storm.
More Blizzard.
Isn't he free this week?
He's free this week until Tuesday.
No. No, if you start playing Heroes of the Storm, you can play as Illidan right now.
And
I
get a free
wonder-
7-day stim pack.
I wonder if that's like a hint of things to come. Because Blizzard, you're doing that cross-promotion. I'm sure they'll also talk about StarCraft 2 stuff with more Legacy of the Void stuff there.
Yeah.
That's
I
that's
have
definitely
my prediction though. It's StarCraft 2 stuff and World of Warcraft stuff is going to be one and the same. It's going to be
That's
a
already
crossover.
Heroes of the Storm.
I know, but there's going to be a crossover in World of Warcraft.
I
and
think
it's
that
just gonna
that
be
would
StarCraft.
that would just kill off a lot of players that are gonna want to play it.
Exactly, they all need to die.
No, because like shortly after they released Worlds of Draenor, like they had a really bad like hit of people leaving. Like nearly 3 million people stopped playing, and it's probably just a case of like a load of people came back to play the new expansion and then they went again because like getting to level 100 was just so easy, and they still haven't even brought out the final raid yet. So I'm not sure why they're even looking at this expansion thing yet.
It does feel a little soon.
Yeah, it does, especially since like the last expansion came out in November.
Other game reveal news, and we have hints that Mafia 3 is going to be coming. I know Ben is a big fan of 2.
I am.
So, I mean, hopes for Mafia 3 then, because we're likely going to see this detailed at Gamescom. We know it exists. They've, kind of confirmed that it's going to be a thing, but, more news at Gamescom kind of thing.
I want it to barely reference 2 a little bit, because 2 barely references 1, but it references it just enough that it makes 1 seem like a darker story, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
I don't know, I kind of just want more of the same with just a little bit better gameplay. Because the gameplay is not great. It's kind of just like, we want to be GTA, but they made the cops way too powerful and impossible to escape. So this is the only game I've ever, obeyed traffic laws in.
Wow.
I'm a very good driver in Mafia 2.
That
Because,
says something.
yeah, because I know what happens if you're not. You don't make it out. I want a little bit different of a story, because the last 2 games had, the same story.
Yeah.
Of, a guy doing small jobs for a crime family, and then doing more, becoming a made man, and then having second thoughts, and then morality comes into play. Spoilers, but not spoilers, because it's every
It's just
gangster.
every Mafia story,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, so I'm fine if they make just a third story of that, but I would love some different stuff. I'm excited.
Getting back to the Microsoft stuff, between the 3 of Crackdown, Quantum Break, and Scalebound, which one are you most anticipating news about?
None of those 3 are like, oh man, I can't wait, go and buy an Xbox One. But Scalebound looks kind of cool, I guess. I'm not going to play any of those 3. We don't have an Xbox One, and I don't think either of us plan on buying one, but...
It certainly has the most mystery behind what its gameplay is going to be. I mean, we think, character action. We were almost thinking during that reveal trailer for Scalebound it was going to be like some sort of Devil May Cry thing. So, there is, some intrigue as to what the gameplay will be for that. But I've been really looking forward to Quantum Break for quite some time now. And I'm interested in how they think they're going to work out this TV thing, if that's still going to be an issue. The freezing time and working around those parameters, it seems neat. Remedy has a good track record. So, it keeps getting pushed back, and you gotta think, hopefully they're making it better and they're not changing too much. So, I think I'm more interested to see Quantum Break. And for Crackdown, Phil Spencer's really excited about, I guess, the nostalgia there, because I guess that was a favorite game of his. So seeing the gameplay is getting him excited for that, but I can't get myself too hyped up for that.
Crackdown is the only one I know anything about.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Crackdown.
I've never played a Crackdown game.
I played a little bit at a friend's house. I was in high school.
You are the agency. You get to run around and jump really high and do shit.
Yeah.
So
I played the demo to Crackdown 2, and I don't think it was very good.
Wasn't one of those involved in Halo 3 at some time, like a beta?
I think it was if you bought the first Crackdown, you'd get the Halo 3 beta.
That was probably it. Yeah, that sounds right.
And it's pretty much the only reason anyone played that game.
Pretty true.
Since I don't have an Xbox One and I have no plans to buy one, I haven't been following any of these 3 games very closely, so I don't really have any particular opinion on any of them.
Yeah. EA is also probably going to have a press conference, and I'm sure they'll talk up FIFA some more, because that's a big European market. This was.
I hope they bring out Pele again.
Yeah, more interviews, or maybe they'll talk up more about the women's.
But you know what they won't talk about? Mirror's Edge 2 or Star Wars. They won't
they're
talk
probably
about either of those. Star Wars,
probably
maybe.
talking about Star Wars. Star Wars comes out 2 months from now. They
Are
gotta
you fucking
talk back.
serious?
Yeah, it comes out in October.
November 17th.
It comes out in November, and that's all they had to show at E3. Are you fucking serious?
Well, they're also holding off more for D23, which is about a couple weeks from Gamescom, but there's also Kingdom Hearts news to be found at that as well.
God, I hope so.
Well, we'll be talking about this news next time on our next episode, but we figured just before all the craziness breaks, we talk about, Gamescom and what will be, and I'm sure there'll be a lot more surprises too, because, the bigger this show gets, the more presence it gets in the industry, and hopefully more news breaks.
It's not E3, but here's the thing: I like that Gamescom is getting bigger over the year. Each year, it gets a little bit bigger, and I like that because I would like us to get to the point where E3 is not the giant thing that it is now, so that we don't come out of every E3 saying, "Man, that was disappointing. What the fuck?" Now we have to wait an entire other year to see if they improve.
Right. Well, we'll see. Announcements are afoot.
Show me your news!